even have to crank it any more than that because that's getting thin enough. Maybe. We'll see. Judgment call. Lovely. Yeah, we're gonna get 2 dozen out of it already. So I think we stop there. Okay. I think we're good. Our dough's all rolled out, and now we're ready to put it on the rack and make our ravioli. Okay. So I'm gonna lift up the pasta, pick up our rack, and just lay the pasta back down on it. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just pat it until I see those perforations. Sure. I don't want to see the perforations coming through. I just want to see them that they are there. And then gently with my fingers, I'm going to pat the interior of the ravioli. Just gently to get little divots ready for the filling. Okay. And we can do this together.
All right, let me stand on that side.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Like that. Grab a spoon. And Grandma taught me just a little bit, not a full teaspoon, and just right in the middle. Did you ever help Grandma put in the filling?
No. I don't think she ever really trusted me.
Oh.
And she probably was right.
Well, it is tedious, isn't it?
I think she too really liked taking all the glory. This was very special to her.
That's the truth.
And I think she liked it to be her thing. And I probably didn't understand it that way when I was a kid, but...
Well, you sure liked eating them.
Sure did.
This is my favorite food growing up. Probably still is. All right. There we go. We're filled with filling. Oops, see that little guy? We're gonna get him out of there. Get that little piece of spinach out and that little piece of spinach out. Believe it or not, little guys like that can cause a ravioli to burst. So now what I do is I put my finger right here. I just did it automatically without even thinking. My finger just goes here because that tells me where the pasta is gonna be. And when I flip it over, I'm just gonna press down the middle first, and I'm gonna smooth out in between each of the raviolis, just gently, just to align the pasta and get the pasta in place. No bold moves here. And I'm just gently pushing on the edges all the way around the perimeter. And only pressing where those ridges are, not anywhere near the middle of the pasta. And I just do this with my hands first, just to get everything aligned and adhered to some extent before I go to my roller. And I'm going to start rolling just along the edge, gently, making sure I don't push the pasta ahead of itself. I'm going to go all the way around the edge. All 4 edges. And I'm using this wide side of the roller because it just gives me a little more leverage. Once I can see the edges, this side needs to be done a little bit more because it's a little bit faint. Look at that, I need my glasses. Then I can start thinking about going down the middle, and I am going to use the little side to go down the middle so I don't push those fillings all the way through on the other side. And I'm just going to be gentle about these middle parts. See how I kind of went a little aggressive there and I pushed that pasta forward?
Yes.
Bad practice. I'm going to push that down. Just gentle, kind of jump those intersections or push them down with your finger. You want to get ahead of yourself. You're kind of eager at this point to get this thing off the road, but this is a crucial moment. Sealing these up properly, because if you don't seal them up properly, they'll go in the pot of water, and you'll end up with a big mess. Once I've got it it's looking pretty solid flat across the top. I'm not just going to do one big swoop, but I'm going to go a little bit diagonal and start sealing everything up completely. I'm going to run along the edges, I'm going to go along the middle. Now it kind of doesn't matter what order you go in, once you've got it all established. You know you're ready to take your ravioli.
I'm always surprised that it comes off that easily.
When it just comes off that easily. Now the next thing we're going to do is take the ravioli and put it down on our wax paper. And before I do that, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of rice flour on the bottom. And I'm just going to come over here. And in one fell swoop, I'm going to flip it down onto the wax paper.
Perfect.
Dust the top a little bit with that rice flour, and that just keeps the moisture out from the freezer. Sometimes the freezer gets a little condensation in there, and this will keep your ravioli from getting too soggy. Once you've got 2 dozen raviolis on your wax paper, and you've dusted it with the rice flour, it's time to put it in the bag. A 1 gallon size Ziploc bag fits 2 dozen ravioli just perfectly. Now you'll see by the bag that it's too many lengthwise. So you take the first 4 in that row and move them down to the side. And now you'll see they're going to fit perfectly in that bag. To get them from here and into the bag, get a piece of cardboard that's kind of stiff. The back of a lined tablet is a good piece of cardboard. Slide it under your ravioli, line up the cardboard with that line of pasta there, and fold the wax paper underneath the cardboard. You can sort of skirt up the edges a little bit, then grab the back of the cardboard here with your hand and your thumb at the top. Open up your bag and ease that ravioli in, making sure that those sides get in first. Once it's in there, hang on to the bag and the wax paper and pull the cardboard up. Fold the wax paper up into there so it's not in the seal. Tap out the air. Complete your seal. Good double seal. And then with your hand, just pick it up and put it in the freezer. And be sure not to put this bag of ravioli on top of a bag of ravioli that isn't fully frozen yet, or this one will smush it down. Fill your pot with plenty of water to cook the ravioli in. Bring it to a boil, but not a rapid boil. Bring it down to a slow boil. Prep the water with a little bit of olive oil and a pinch of salt. Place the ravioli in the water and move them around with a spoon. Don't stir them. Just make sure they don't touch each other and get stuck to the sides of the pot. When you think they're done, lift one out on a slotted spoon, shake it around, give it a touch. If that pasta feels done, lay it on top of a plate of sauce. I like to dress a plate for a main course with 5 ravioli. You usually want more than that, but 5 looks good. Add a little dab of sauce on top of the ravioli, just so they don't look so naked. You always want to put it on top of the sauce so that the sauce doesn't overwhelm the flavor of the ravioli. And give it a little grate of cheese. That looks like a good size. Just a touch. Again, you don't want to overwhelm the taste of the ravioli.
I always remember when I first met Harry's family, and we were at the beach, we were all having a good time, and his mother gave the toast. And she said, "Here's to those who wish us well, and all the rest can go to hell."
Salud. Cheers.